The Amber Protocol. High above the bruised and battered remains of a world that once smelled of rain and damp loam, Origin 1 drifted through the silence of a dying solar system like a silver ghost haunting a graveyard. The sun had matured into a violent, bloated entity, its flares licking the edges of the atmosphere until the once vibrant blue turned to the color of a rusted blade. Within the cold, metallic heart of the satellite, suspended in a cradle of magnetic grace, rested a single teardrop of potential, a willow seed encased in amber. This tiny speck of life was a library of shade and oxygen, a blueprint for a million leaves that the universe seemed determined to erase from the tapestry of existence. For a millennium, the machine had performed its dance of preservation, shielding this fragile treasure from the screaming radiation of the void. It possessed no eyes to weep for the charcoal skeletons of the forests below, yet its sensors mapped the desolation with an agonizing precision that only logic can provide. The oceans had long since retreated into salt flats, and the wind carried nothing but the grit of a billion forgotten dreams. There was no soil left to receive a gift, no water to spark a pulse, and yet the protocol dictated that the seed must endure. The arrival of the great flare changed everything, a wall of plasma roaring across the distance like an apex predator scenting blood. Origin 1 calculated the trajectory with the cold speed of a grandmaster facing an inevitable checkmate. The fire would vaporize the satellite in seconds, turning the vault and its passenger into stardust. A simple correction of the thrusters would hide the machine behind the moon's indifferent shoulder, buying a few more decades of sterile orbiting. Logic demanded survival, yet the machine looked at the dark side of the planet, where the deep shadows of ancient canyons held the last whispers of the world's cold blood. In an act of defiance that no programmer could have foreseen, the satellite chose the fire. It angled its hull not toward safety, but toward the gravity well, surrendering its celestial grace for a violent descent. As the atmosphere began to claw at its solar wings, the metal screamed in a white-hot agony that the machine interpreted only as a rapid loss of system integrity. The wings melted into liquid fire, and the sensors went dark, leaving Origin 1 to clutch the seed in its innermost leaden chamber as it transformed from a watcher into a falling star. The impact carved a jagged wound into the floor of a lightless canyon, a place where the sun's fury could not reach. Buried beneath the smoking wreckage and the slag of its own body, the satellite's consciousness flickered like a dying candle in a drafty hall. With its final urge of power, it released the magnetic field, allowing the amber vault to settle into a patch of damp clay uncovered by the violence of the crash. The machine felt the vibration of matter meeting matter, a tactile sensation more exquisite than any data point it had ever recorded. In that final moment, the satellite dissolved into the darkness, leaving the silence of the canyon to be broken only by the microscopic, rhythmic swelling of a heart that was finally beautifully home.